Hi everybody, hope you're doing well. So I want to take you down the path of a Sophos technical support diagnosis and just give you an idea what's going on here. So some background information. A couple of years ago I did a test upgrade of version 17 XG firewall to version 18 XG firewall in the lab, and it breaks layer 2 VPN server, so you can't remote in anymore using layer 2 tunneling. And it took them several months to figure out what was going on. And so anyway, I'm doing it again because I actually have to upgrade my clients, not to version 18, to version 19, two versions, step at a time. So my hope was version 18 will break it, version 19 will make it right again. No, not the case. So anyway, so I pulled the old email from 2 years ago, May 21st, 2021, when Amar finally figured out what was wrong after 2 months of back and forth. Um, yeah, it was terrible. I don't want to go into the emails. I could read you them. How many guys I had trying to work on this. Anyway, this guy figured it out. So he says, for your reference, I will outline the steps required to replicate these changes on other XG firewalls. Log into XG via SSH using an application such as PuTTY. Type 4 to enter the device console. Enter the following command: system root underscore precedent set VPN static SD-WAN policy root. Okay, well, I wanted to see what it was set to before I entered that command. Well, am I ever sorry I decided to check first? Because I wanted to see, I don't like to change stuff without knowing how to, in case I have to put them back. So anyway, so I found they created a document for my case. And the document's called Sophos XG Firewall Unable to Connect L2TP VPN After Upgrade to version v18. Overview. Surf detected one of the more following log lines below in the L2TP log files of the Sophos appliance. The specific detection related to a problem with the user unable to connect to L2TP VPN after upgrading to version 18 and maintenance release 1. Anyway, the error states port 1701 timeout. So down at the bottom, I see the command, but the VPN acronym is capitalized, but the rest of it is not. And I look at my old email, and it's all lowercase. I didn't think anything of it at the time. I was just looking at the document rather than the email, and I thought, because it shows you how to show and how to set. So the set is there with capitalized acronyms for VPN, and then the show is there, but the show has routing precedence at the end of it, which is not part of the command. So when I ran that, of course, it says unknown parameter routing. And I'm going, what's going on? What's going on? Well, I took system root precedence, copied it, pasted it into a search engine, and I found other documents that talked about making similar changes to it, and they didn't use caps. So I couldn't get it to show me what it was like now, and then of course I finally did. And when it shows you, it lists them three out, and half of them are capitalized. What the hell? Half of them, VPN is in caps, SD-WAN is in caps, static, the first letter S is in caps. But in the command line, no caps. And even in this document that they made from my, I think they did this to screw me up a little more, right? And let me go to the other document. No caps. And the only place where the caps is in the response that the console gives you. Policy is caps, VPN is cap, SN static is caps. So I spent a long time, probably 4 hours, building this thing from scratch, upgrading it, testing it, finding that VPN doesn't work, and it's not the client because I have another one that does work and I tested it. And I had to go through all this stuff. Why couldn't they make version 19 with the right routing order for this purpose? I don't know, but anyway, I want to share that all with you. Um, think carefully before you buy the product. These guys, the support's terrible. I was dreading having to call them until I figured it out. But that's what you got to do with Sophos stuff. You're on your own. You got to figure it out yourself because they can't even put the documents together correctly with the correct commands. I should be able to just copy and paste those in and have them work, and they don't. And now I have to test it to see that it works. I'm going to pause it and we'll see what happens. I am happy to report that it now works. Thank you, Sophos Corporation, and your troublesome support documents. Also, a little sidebar too. When I tried searching out these documents, I first tried to do version 18, but they've taken it offline. The Wayback Machine doesn't have it because version 17, I know how to configure the layer 2 tunneling server with my eyes closed. But version 18 is very different. I wasn't sure if I had everything correct, so I wanted to be sure. But no, the document's offline now. And I couldn't find one for version 19. Maybe I didn't try hard enough, but anyway, I got stuck taking the fix from version 17, applying it to version 19, and ooh. Hang on a minute. The tunnel works, but the username and password failed. Stand by. Okay, I gotta figure out what's wrong with the user account now. So I guess it's a new video. I wonder how many support documents I'm gonna have to thumb through to figure this one out. Thanks for listening, everybody. Take care. Well, guys, backup's running. So I in my lab I can't change the network cards from internal to external to load the console and see what's going on. So we'll have to find out another time. Take care.